Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wellness Hour, brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs in collaboration with Hot 7 TV. And the Wellness Hour is also sponsored by the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank. And we'd like to also say a special thank you to our segment sponsor, 7 Seas, and the agents for 7 Seas in St. Lucia are Ocado. And of course, we have a special giveaway. As you can see, we have a lovely prize on display on set this morning. And you, our amazing viewers, get a chance to win this beautiful prize compliments of 7 Seas. They're our segment sponsor for today. And of course, the agents for 7 Seas again, Ocado, they're right here in St. Lucia. I'm going to give you all the details you need to know about 7 Seas. And of course, it is flu season, so you need to boost up your immune system. As the nights are getting colder, of course, people are getting sick. We've had reports of, increased flu season activity at our wellness centers. And just in speaking to people in general, you realize that a lot of people are feeling a little down and out. So now is the perfect time to boost up your immune system, because we know that the festive season is going to get very, very busy. Everybody's busy running around. You're shopping, you're prepping your home, you're getting stuff for the family, but you also need to make sure you take some time to take care of your health and well-being. And what's a better way to do that than to boost up your immune system, and of course to get all of your multivitamins complements of 7 Seas. So 7 Seas omega-3 supplements, and that's with cod liver oil. And if you know, growing up back in the day, our parents always gave us cod liver oil, the pure version in 7 Seas. I remember the capsules. There's the syrup. If you didn't like the taste of it, there was the orange flavored one. And we as children grew up on these things. And I don't know what happened, but they're still available. And so we want to encourage families to go back to the basics, go back to the foundations. So with cod liver oil, it is a comprehensive supplement for everyday wellness, and it bridges nutritional gaps when diet is insufficient. So I'll just give you some of the major benefits of omega-3. It helps maintain a healthy heart, supports brain function, supports good vision. Your eye health is so important, because check me with my glasses. It also supports bone and muscle health, and it boosts your immune response. Again, it is flu season. You need to boost up your immune response. So all you have to do, you take 1 tablet or 1 capsule daily. So it's not something where you have to be drinking endless 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pills a day. Just 1, and you're going to get all of that nutrients, all of those vitamins, all of that protection that you need. And again, just 1 to give you all the benefits, and you never have to worry about the fishy taste when drinking it. And as I mentioned earlier, that was something that we didn't really like, that taste, that smell. And then there were different versions. You had the orange version that completely, wiped that away. But taking the tablets or the capsule really eliminates that as well. So then 7 Seas caters to different needs and age groups. So you have vitamins that are specifically for men and men over 50 years, because as you age, what you need, the nutrients that you need, can differ from someone who is younger. Then you have women over 50 as well. They also have 7 Seas that can help to boost your immunity, again, to reduce your chances of catching every illness that goes around, and we know about those. It also has 7 Seas for joint health. That's to help with those aches and pains. For people who require additional magnesium, and we know the importance and the benefits of magnesium. And you also have, for the children, a multivitamin syrup. And it is so important to start them early into the habit of taking their multivitamins. So if you're wondering where you can find all of these amazing vitamins, the 7 Seas vitamins, you can get them at MNC drugstores or at Ocado, formerly known as Peter and Company in Cul-de-Sac. And Ocado usually always has some great sales around the Christmas time. So you can definitely check them out. So again, if you're looking for your 7 Seas vitamins, they can be purchased at all MNC drugstore outlets, as well as Ocado in Cul-de-Sac. Remember, Ocado was formerly known as Peter and Company. And guess what? Ocado is having a pop-up shop in Constitution Park on December 19th. That's next Friday, December 19th. So you're going to want to check them out. And I'm sure you're going to get great specials, great deals on all of their 7 Seas line. So make sure you check them out. And as promised, we do have a giveaway. You can win this lovely package, because if you all don't want it, I'll take it for myself. So it has your omega-3 and multivitamins for women. You have the multivitamin syrup with 8 essential vitamins. There's the joint support in there. Wow, and a lovely bag as well. Well, I think it's a bag, but you'll have to guide me. But if it's a bag, it would really come in handy for your Christmas shopping. And again, just to run through, you can get 7C's omega-3, the multivitamin for males over 50. You have omega-3 with turmeric. We know of the health benefits of turmeric. You have the omega-3 multivitamins for women. There's omega-3 max strength and omega-3 multivitamins for women 50 and over. So there's something for every age group, including the children. And the orange, that syrup one, I definitely remember that growing up. So again, we need to go back to that practice of ensuring that everybody in the family is taking their multivitamins, because 7C's has something for every age group. So for your chance to win this beautiful package, all you have to do is answer this very, very, very simple question. Name 3 benefits of omega-3. Again, name 3 benefits of omega-3, and it could be any of the benefits that I mentioned. And don't worry, throughout the course of the program, I will go over the benefits again. But to win yourself this lovely gift pack, compliments of 7C's and Ocado St. Lucia, all you need to do is answer the simple question. Name 3 benefits of omega-3. And of course, to send in your answers, all you need to do is send a WhatsApp message to 720-8844. So you send your name and the answer to the question for your chance to win. Again, 720-8844. Just send a WhatsApp message to that number for your chance to win this beautiful gift pack, compliments of 7C's and Ocado St. Lucia. The question again, name 3 benefits of omega-3. Just 3 benefits. I listed so many. Of course, you can go on, maybe just, do some research, go onto their sites, go onto their social media. You might see the answer there as well, apart from what I read. But again, we will go through it a little later on so you get a hint as to the answer to the question. Remember, send all of your answers to the number 720-8844. That's a WhatsApp message with your name and the answer to that question. And we're going to continue into our program where we're just giving you updates, initiatives and programs spearheaded by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. So again, we're issuing important food safety guidelines for the sale and purchase of meat this festive season. It is very important as the festive season quickly approaches. The Environmental Health Division within the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs wants to ensure that both butchers and consumers are reminded of the safety guidelines of the purchase and sale of meat. So in an effort to protect the health of people, butchers are encouraged to comply with national regulations and ensure proper meat handling standards. So again, the festive season, they're slaughtering the livestock, consumers are buying. So we need those national regulations and guidelines to ensure that what is being sold and what is being purchased and consumed is of the best standard. So let's take a look at that health statement.
With the festive season approaching and the demand for local meats rising, the Environmental Health Division reminds butchers intending to offer meat for sale and the public who will be consuming it to ensure all meat is safe for consumption. Compliance with national regulations and proper meat handling is essential to protect public health. Here are a few food safety requirements that butchers and helpers should adhere to. All butchers must register with the Environmental Health Division before slaughter of animals. All butchers must secure a slaughter permit from the Environmental Health Division. All butchers must obtain antemortem certificate from the Veterinary Division. All butchers must obtain a butcher's license from the police in their region. Both butchers and helpers must hold valid health certificates from the Environmental Health Division. Both butchers and helpers must wash hands frequently, wear clean clothing, appropriate clothing, and use protective gear during slaughter or sale of meat. Slaughtering areas and inspection areas must be well maintained. No pets, dogs, or cats allowed. Potable pipe water and adequate lighting must be provided in all meat inspection areas to ensure proper sanitation and visibility during inspections. Meats must be stored properly and kept in cooling holding facilities such as refrigerators. Avoid disposing of animal waste in nearby rivers and implement proper solid waste management. Only sell meats that have been inspected, passed, and stamped by the Environmental Health Division. When purchasing meats, consumers are also encouraged to follow food safety guidelines to prevent foodborne illness. Purchase meats from approved butchers and request permits or certificates of wholesomeness. Avoid buying meat that has not been inspected. Look for the inspected and passed stamp by the Environmental Health Division. Cook meats thoroughly to recommended internal temperatures. All of these measures are extremely important as it will ensure that meats offered for sale are wholesome and safe for consumption. For more information, visit the Environmental Health Division in your region, Bois d'Auge, Vieux Fort, or Soufrière.
And those are just some important guidelines for the sale and purchase of meat this festive season. And if you keep it locked on to the Facebook page of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, we do have some more guidelines and more regulations to share with you as it relates to food safety this festive season. And of course, coming in very, very quickly, I have to say congratulations, because guess what? We do already have a winner of this amazing 7 Seas hamper compliments of Ocado St. Lucia. I want to say a special congratulations to Janice Johnny. You just won yourself this lovely gift pack with all of the multivitamins for you and your family to boost up your immune system this flu season. So again, Janice Johnny, she was the first person, well, not the first person to submit, but the first correct answer to submit, and she won herself that amazing prize. And there I was thinking I'd have to, give some hints, go over the benefits again. But Janice girl, congratulations to you. Team members from Hot 7 TV will reach out to you to let you know how you can collect your prize. So again, we're saying special congratulations to Janice Johnny on winning this amazing gift compliments of 7 Seas, our segment sponsor. And 7 Seas agents are Ocado St. Lucia. And again, just to quickly run through those benefits that Janice would have sent in. Benefits of omega-3, it helps maintain a healthy heart, supports brain function, supports good vision and eye health, supports bone and muscle health, and boosts your immune response. All you need is 1 tablet or 1 capsule daily to get all of the benefits. Of course, you can get a wide range of multivitamins for men and men over 50 years, women and women over 50 years. It can help with, there's immunity, there's joint health. You have for people who require additional magnesium, and you also have for kids the multivitamin syrup, which I think a lot of us all grew up on. You also have a max strength omega-3. You also have an omega-3 turmeric in a 30-pack. So there's a wide range to choose from. So again, congratulations to you, Miss Janice Johnny, on winning that prize. And a rep from Hot 7 will reach out to you to collect your prize. And as we continue, as I was mentioning, of course, we are in the flu season. So the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs advises the public that we are currently in the flu season, which runs from October to March. And during this period, the ministry notes an increase in people having respiratory viruses. Therefore, residents are urged to take proactive steps to protect themselves from respiratory illnesses. And you can do this by washing your hands frequently, avoiding close contact with individuals who are sick, wearing a mask, covering your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and also cleaning and disinfecting commonly touched spaces. Very, very important. So we're going to take a look at that health statement about the current respiratory virus situation in St. Lucia. It's flu season, so let's take a look.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs informs the public that we are in the midst of the flu season, which spans from October to March. This is a period during which infections by respiratory viruses tend to increase. As we enter this high-risk season, the ministry is urging all residents to take proactive steps to protect themselves and others from respiratory illnesses. As an island, St. Lucia is particularly sensitive to viruses circulating internationally. The continuous movement of people across borders means that respiratory illnesses present globally can quickly reach our shores. Because of this, the Ministry of Health remains vigilant in monitoring circulating respiratory viruses to guide our preparedness and response measures. So far, global reports indicate low activity of the COVID-19 virus, but increasing circulation of the respiratory syncytial virus and the seasonal influenza virus, specifically influenza A subtype H3N2. Similar trends in the circulation of respiratory viruses are observed in St. Lucia. At present, reported cases of COVID-19 virus are low, with most cases having been detected earlier in the year. Respiratory syncytial virus shows some activity currently, while the seasonal influenza virus is currently the most active virus and is the leading cause of many respiratory symptoms in the country. As per global trends, influenza A subtype H3N2 has been detected in individuals presenting with respiratory symptoms at our healthcare facilities. There are many subtypes of the influenza A virus, among them H1N1 and H3N2 most commonly affect humans. H3N2 has been detected previously in St. Lucia. H3N2 is known to cause more intense respiratory symptoms and complications, particularly in young children, the elderly, and persons with weakened immune systems. Respiratory viruses spread easily from person to person through coughing and sneezing, close contact with infected individuals, touching contaminated surfaces, and then touching the face. To reduce the risk of acquiring and spreading these viruses, the Ministry of Health strongly encourages the public to follow these preventive measures. Wash hands frequently with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid close contact with individuals who are sick. Wear a mask if you are sick or caring for someone who is ill with respiratory symptoms. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or your elbow when coughing or sneezing. Clean and disinfect commonly touched surfaces regularly. Avoid going to work or school if you are feeling unwell to prevent the spread of the illness. Vaccinate. The flu vaccine is available free of charge at all wellness centers island-wide. We strongly encourage vulnerable groups, including the elderly, pregnant women, and individuals with chronic health conditions to receive the flu vaccine as an effective means of protection. Please seek immediate medical attention should you or anyone experience severe respiratory symptoms such as straining to breathe, sudden onset of shortness of breath, intense chest pain, rapid or shallow breathing, and mental confusion or drowsiness. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs remains committed to protecting the health of our population. We will continue to provide updates throughout the flu season and encourage everyone to take the necessary precautions to help keep our communities safe.
All right, so just some quick updates and information for you as it relates to purchasing meats during this festive season, as well as updates on the flu season, which we will continue to give you more information once anything changes or there are new developments and trends this season. And of course, we want to say again, thank you to 7 Seas, our segment sponsor, agents in St. Lucia, Ocado St. Lucia. So thank you to them and congratulations to our winner of this amazing gift hamper, compliments of 7 Seas, Miss Janice Johnny. And of course, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have a very special edition of My Plate, a Healthy Plate, the Christmas edition for you. And of course, our chief nutritionist, Lisa Hunt, will be joining us to give us all the details and hopefully some of those amazing recipes as you prepare to, cook and prep this festive season. So stay with us. We're going to be right back.
This little pack, it's my daily sunshine. Halle Orange Immunity Plus, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, plus vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, all in a tasty orange mix.
You see this little sachet here? It's a big boost in disguise. Halle Orange Immunity Plus gives you a full 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, plus vitamin D, B2, B6, zinc, potassium, and magnesium. That means support for your immune system, steady energy, electrolyte balance, and even muscle function.
Available at leading retailers and pharmacies island-wide. Distributed by Ocado St. Lucia.
Yes. That was St. Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes. Welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Yes, but it was going to taste like chocolate cake.
Do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
We are working parents.
And we breastfed both babies exclusively.
Moi fais 6 chiches, moi ba yo tout tete ki yo tout ni bon cervelle.
Mother's breast milk is naturally the best milk for baby. Love yourself and love your baby.
We were breastfed and we are healthy.
Breastfeeding saves me money and it's free.
Every moment I breastfeed strengthens the bond between me and my baby.
I breastfed twin boys and lost all my baby fats.
We were breastfed!
And we have breast milk power.
I am Pastor Alvin, and I support breastfeeding.
For more information, call the Nutrition Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5359.
Every bed in our hospitals tells a story of someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's friend. And when that story of care is complete, it's time for the next chapter, home. But too often, discharged patients are left waiting hours, days, weeks, sometimes months, not because they want to stay, but because no one comes. We understand life gets busy, but every extra day they wait means another patient, perhaps in pain, perhaps in crisis, can't get the bed they desperately need. So when the call comes that your loved one is ready, please be ready too. Pick them up, bring them back to the comfort of family, where healing truly continues. Because caring doesn't end at discharge, it continues with you. A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
Yes. That was St. Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes, welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Checkup.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
And welcome back to the Wellness Hour right here on Hot 7 TV. And as promised, we are joined by our lovely Chief Nutritionist at the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Ms. Lisa Hunt. She is back with another edition of My Plate, a Healthy Plate. But this time it is all about Christmas. You know, those foods, those rich foods that we love to cook during the festive season. Well, I know that Miss Hunt did an amazing spread, and guess what? She brought a piece of fruitcake for me to sample. Y'all, that fruitcake is really good, and I would have never known that it is a much healthier version to what we normally prepare. So I'm excited to see this episode, and I'm excited to chat with Miss Hunt. I have to say, you look very festive and lovely, Miss Hunt. Thank you, and thank you for having me. And what was it like doing this Christmas edition of My Plate, a Healthy Plate?
It was special. I enjoyed it because it had me thinking of how I could make our dishes a bit healthier. So I actually enjoyed it, especially the cake, because it was like a test, you know.
I could imagine.
I've never made a
modified
cake yet, so I enjoyed it.
But whatever you did to it, nothing about it doesn't taste like the traditional fruitcake that I love. Because I love me a fruitcake, I love me a black cake, and I've been eating it since. It's just because I know I have to be talking, I didn't try to stuff peace in my mouth. But let me tell you all, that fruitcake is absolutely delicious. And you didn't miss out on any of the flavors that you would normally get with your fruitcake. And that's what I love. And I don't particularly like my fruitcake to be too sweet. And that everything is well balanced, Miss Hunt. So you definitely aced that challenge. You definitely understood the assignment, and I'm super excited to see because I know how the festive season can be, and we really do overindulge during that period.
Yes,
but if people are aware of some of the healthier options to just make so you don't want to miss out on the flavors, but then you want to eat healthier even in the festive season, because as I said, we do tend to overindulge a lot during the season, and that's not you don't want to go into 2026 coming in with those bad habits. So we want to continue the good habits. We want to continue My Plate, a Healthy Plate. So Ms. Hunt, I'm super excited for our viewers to see the episode, and as always, I want you to go ahead and introduce this week's episode of My Plate, a Healthy Plate.
Okay, so this episode is a special episode because we know Christmas is coming. However, I must say that the cooking was not done on the show because it was just too much to do. But I will run through everything that I did and how we made the dishes a bit healthier. Like my colleague says, we know during the Christmas season we overeat, and so the whole point was to balance flavor, tradition, and healthy eating. So do enjoy. Welcome back, viewers, to My Plate, A Healthy Plate. My name is Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. Today, I have a special treat for you. We know that Christmas is about joy, it's about sharing, it's about love, and spending time with friends and family. And so today, we have a special menu for you where you will enjoy all your traditional foods whilst making healthier choices. Because we want you to be healthy during the holidays. We do not want you to be overindulging, but we want you to enjoy your delicious meals. Today on the menu we have pineapple glazed ham, oven roasted chicken, an eggplant lasagna. We have cornbread stuffing, spiced sorrel, and a modified fruitcake. So we are going to go through the recipe for the chicken, the oven roasted chicken. Basically, I got a small chicken, washed it, pat it dry, massage it with a little bit of oil. That is so that the seasoning will stick to it. So in there, I have thyme, chives, black pepper, and some homemade blended green seasoning. And you just massage it all throughout on the chicken. Then I place the chicken in the oven for about 30 minutes or until it comes out, you know, crusty and nice looking. Okay, so this is our oven roasted chicken, and it is a good low-cost substitute for turkey. We know that many of you are on a budget, and so a whole chicken is a good substitute for turkey. So there you have it, your oven roasted chicken. Okay, so now let's grab our eggplant lasagna from the oven. Okay, so this eggplant lasagna was made with eggplant, which is a healthier alternative to pasta. If you are gluten-free, you can use eggplant instead. So basically what I did was, you know, after washing the eggplant, I sliced it into thin pieces, like about 1/4 inch. So after cutting the lasagna into 1/4 inch slices, basically I placed this onto a baking sheet into the oven and let it roast. After this, I placed it at the bottom of the baking dish, and then I use minced turkey because it's lower in fat, and so it's a healthier option. So to my minced turkey, I added green seasoning as well as spices like paprika, onion, chopped onion, garlic, etc., peppers. I didn't get any tomatoes. I usually like adding tomatoes to my turkey, but I had to use tomato puree. You know, we like to keep it local here. But so then after this was stir fried and cooked onto the stove, I now placed it at the bottom of the pan. So the first thing you're going to put at the bottom of the tray is the sauce, which was made with the minced turkey and the tomato paste, and I layered this at the bottom of the baking dish. And onto this sauce, I put them into lines like this. Then on top of the eggplant, I added some grated cheese. Now, mostly when you look at some recipes, they use about 3 different cheeses, but because we are trying to stay healthier and, you know, healthier options, so I only use 1 type of cheese and also cut back on the quantity of cheese that we use. So basically you keep layering one on top of the other. So after you now have done this, you now put another base of the sauce again on top of the cheese, and then you put the eggplant in lines again, and then you put the cheese. So I have 3 layers on there, and at the top I just added some cheese. And there you have it, our eggplant lasagna. Low in carbohydrates for persons who are looking to keep their body slim and fit for the Christmas. So you're trying not to put on weight for the Christmas, right? Yes. So this is it, folks. A healthier option to pasta lasagna. So now we have another side dish, which is called cornbread stuffing. It was made with homemade cornbread, and so I will go through it so that you can understand how it was made. Now, stuffing can be added to your turkey. You can stuff your turkey with your stuffing, or or your chicken, but I prefer to have mine baked. So with the cornbread, what I did is I actually, cubed the cornbread. I added most recipes you will see they have apples, but we are all about local in St. Lucia and trying to promote our local foods. So I added chopped golden apple to give it a nice little tangy and sweet flavor. So you have savory and sweet in there. Also, there is chopped carrots, celery, as well as a little bit of cranberry in there. And I also use the stock from the chicken to give it more flavor. So then you add this, you mix everything up, and you put it in the baking dish with 1 blended egg, and then you put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. And this is my lovely looking cornbread, homemade cornbread stuffing. So this, you can have this as a side, or you can have lasagna. If you are going to have both, you have to watch the portion size, okay? Now, whilst we know that this is low carb and this we use cornbread, you still have to watch your portions because we do not want anybody putting on weight for this Christmas season. This Christmas season is about healthy bodies, yeah, while still enjoying our traditional foods, good nutrition, and good family and friends. Yes? Okay. Next, we have our ham. Voila! For people who do not eat pork, you can opt out of this. But for persons who love their ham, this is a pineapple glazed ham. Now, on most recipes, you will see they add so much sugar to this, but what I did was I used a little bit of honey and I used some pineapple jam. So you have pineapple jam and some pineapple. So this is, and if you look at most of the recipes online, you will see that the pineapples are round. Now the round means it's canned pineapple, but this is local pineapple from St. Lucia, and so it was cut into those little wedges because I couldn't get it round. I didn't have the thing to take out the core. Now I added some of the cherries. It's not something that I do at home, but just because it's, just for a little festive looking, if you have a little party, but I would not recommend you do this. It's only if you have, a little party, and just for making it look a little brighter. So this was baked in the oven for about 3 to 4 hours, and it is recommended that if for every 1 pound of ham, it should be cooked for 20 minutes. So you'll do your math based on the weight of that ham. So it looks quite delicious. However, watch the portion. Just a little slice, don't overdo it. Let's get a fork. Pray for me. So that should do it for lunch, because you already have a protein source. Or you can have it as a dinner, your dinner protein source for your dinner with some lovely whole wheat bread. But don't try to eat everything, because you know that we are trying to watch our weight, we are trying to watch our health, and so you want the portions to be as small as possible. And also, people eat throughout the day, they eat other things, so you do not want your meal to be overbearing. Okay, so now we have our lovely ham, and so we will move on to our salad. So to make our salad, we want our salad to be very attractive and bright because it's Christmas. So we are going to have some purple onion, some chopped purple onion. We want all the colors because we know with the colors, it comes with antioxidants. Now I want to talk about antioxidants because it's a word that people usually hear, but they don't understand what it means. Antioxidants are certain chemicals in food, or should I say plant chemicals, that helps to prevent cancers. So what they do is that they act on the body. Just to explain, I'm going to try to explain it as simple as possible. So think of our body having those free radicals, which think of them like just bees running around in our body and they don't have anywhere to go. And so the antioxidants in those foods, like foods that are very red, like a very colorful, like sorrel, what it does, it acts like a broom and gets rid of those free radicals, which is like bees, whatever you call it, that is running around in our bodies. So it sweeps it out and it expels it out of our bodies. And so it acts as what you call it anti-cancer. So it has anti-cancer properties, and so it is very healthy for your body. So anytime you see a food is very red, very green, very purple, high in color, think of them as being high in antioxidants. So that's why we want our colors. So we have our red, we have our green, our yellow. We want it to be attractive, so let's get some yellow in here, in there. We have some corn. What should we add again to make it colorful? We also have some cranberries for the little sweetness. Yeah. We can also add, so we want fruit and vegetables. So we have the cranberry, and we can add a little bit of pineapple. Doesn't have to be much, just a little bit. Trying to make it look good and tasty. At the same time, it's Christmas, so we're going a little bit extra, but not too much. Yeah, so a little bit of the local pineapple. So we know our local pineapple tastes better than the imported ones. Yeah. Now, if I had added a little bit of shadow benny to this, this would taste so good. Shadow benny has this very distinct flavor, but you have to use a little bit or else it will overpower the flavor. So it's something that you can add to your food. So we need another color. We need some carrots. Yes, we need some carrots. So let's wash our carrots. Okay, so we are going to grate some carrots. Okay, so just a little bit. That should do. So we have some orange. Yes. And we are missing one thing, which is our lettuce. That's the king. It's going to be in the center. Just lightly chopped lettuce. And you can put this in the center. Now if you, so we have two fruits and we have more veggies, but you can also add, I've never done it before, but you know, we are going local, and this is so tasty. Look at the color on this. This is rich. And every time the color is rich, what did I say? It is high in antioxidants. And they're also high in fiber, high in potassium. So, you know, we can just cut a little bit. You know, there's a big seed in the center, so you just have to go around it. Yeah, so that should give it a nice little tart flavor. So you have some fruits, you have some vegetable. Yes, folks, I love golden apple. I just feel it tastes so much better than apple, you know. We always think like foods that come from other countries are better than ours, but there's a nice, unique flavor. You know, it's sweet, it's a little sour, it's tangy. You know, adding this to our cooking, you know, we need to use more of our foods in our cooking and not American stuff, you understand? Our own local, homegrown, indigenous foods. Yes, people. So, this is our salad. I call it our Christmas salad because it has so many colors. We have yellow, red, purple, green, orange. There you have it. So, if you serve this on a nice plate, you know, you have some family members over, they will take whatever that they want to eat. So they can take, okay, let me take some lettuce, take some carrots, you know, some of the fruit. And say this person not eating corn, so they're like, I don't want any corn, so they leave the corn and then take the rest, okay? So that's why it's actually good to have it like this. So you decide how you want it. And then you mix up and then we have our vinaigrette. I remember the last time when I made the vinaigrette, it was quite chunky. So this time I decided to blend it. So in there is some honey, there is some mustard, some black pepper, a little oil, and vinegar. And so you can use this, and as you see, it's a better consistency because it was blended. So you can use this over your salad. Yeah, voila. You can use anything to spice up your homemade vinaigrette. It is better than the store-bought ones because they are high in additives, they are high in things that we don't even know that is edible. So when you make your own vinaigrette, you know exactly what you are putting in your food. Okay, and we are all about healthy eating. Okay, so this is our Christmas salad. And remember, you can add anything that you want to your salad. Any vegetable, any fruit that you so desire, you can add to your salad. Okay? So now we have our fruitcake, our modified fruitcake. This modified fruitcake, it is very low in sugar. We use dehydrated fruits. We use many fruits to make fruitcake. And what I found is that mostly every fruitcake I eat is just way too sweet because the fruits are already packed with natural sugars. So I made like a 1 pound cake with about quarter of what the sugar should be. And so it has a lot of local fruits that I got in the store. We have carambola, we have pineapple, ripe banana, and papaya. It's missing one again. Sauri. I don't even know what sauri is, but it has sauri. And so it has a number of, and also coconuts, a number of locally grown fruits that are dehydrated. And to this, I also used, as a sweetener, I also use dates. Dates are extremely sweet. If anybody have used it, you know, you have to soak it because it's quite hard. You know, so you have to soak it so it can get soft, and then you can either chop it or blend it. So this was used as well as with some butter and all the things, whole wheat flour. And so, you know, it doesn't look too bad for a modified fruitcake. This is what I got, and it's lower in sugar. And so let's cut and see if it looks like a fruitcake. One thing I forgot to mention is that I did not use any coloring because I don't think coloring is healthy. But I use cocoa powder to color it, as well as molasses. But if you're going to do this, just make sure that the molasses you use is a good quality molasses, because the little flavor, the after flavor I got in this one, I would prefer not to get it. So the type of molasses you use is important. We are going to cut to see if it passed the texture test. Again, when you're having your little dessert, we know it is Christmas, but please do not overdo it. A little slice of cake is okay. So there you go, your fruitcake. Now I know some people like it moist, some people like it hard, some people like it, everybody has what they like. So if you're making your own fruitcake, or you have somebody making the fruitcake for you, then you can decide how you want it. But this one has some moisture in there, you can see. It has no alcohol. It is actually too sweet. So you see, when you're making your fruitcake, cut back on the sugar. A lot of those fruitcakes are just way too sweet. You can use natural fruits to sweeten your fruitcake. Okay, so now our final recipe is our spicy sorrel drink. So sorrel drink is made from the sorrel petals. So this is what the petals look like. So you make sure you wash them very clean, and then you soak them. Sometimes people boil them, but I don't boil them. I usually just soak it in hot water and let it stay overnight. So in there, you must, to make it spicy and tasty, you must add your cinnamon, your nutmeg, and your cloves, as well as your ginger. So I grate some ginger in there, and I soak all of those ingredients overnight. Yes, so it's important to pay attention to the quantity of spices that you are adding to your sorrel. I find that sometimes people use a lot of cloves, and it can be very overpowering, or a lot of the nutmeg. These spices, while they are healthy, if you add too much of them, they can overpower the flavor, and so it may not taste very good. So just pay attention to that. And sorrel, as you can see, it's extremely red. It's very high in antioxidants. It is high in iron. So it is a healthy vegetable. Some places they say it's a fruit, but it's actually a flour that you can use in baking as well. But pay attention to the amount of sugar that you're adding to this healthy drink. It has anti-cancer properties. It is high in potassium. That is actually good for people who have high blood pressure. So it is a good drink that you can have. But if you add too much sugar, you are doing more harm than you are doing good. So pay attention to the amount of sugar that you are having. So you can add some ice to it to make it more refreshing. Very red and rich and tasty. In keeping with our traditions, our St. Lucian traditions, you can still enjoy our meals or our foods or our dishes by paying attention to the portion size and also making some small changes to make the dishes healthier. And so we want to ensure that you have half of your plates with fruits and vegetables and quarter with a carbohydrate source for a staple and quarter with your protein source. Thank you for joining us for this special episode on My Plate, a Healthy Plate. Remember that it's not about being restrictive, but ensuring that your plate is balanced, healthy, and nutritious. So do have a Merry Christmas and a healthy, happy New Year. I am Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. See you next time.
Wow, absolutely loved every single dish, the colors. I love Christmas. I'm already in the festive mood, but Miss Hunt, you brought that out even more to the point where I'm excited to get into the kitchen and just to prepare. And I am happy that you said you don't have to be restrictive. You can still enjoy your meals, but just make healthier choices, healthier options. So y'all, I have the fruitcake there. So Miss Hunt, we have to get into the fruitcake because you mentioned soury.
Yes.
You mentioned a bunch of other fruits that I didn't even know you can include in the fruitcake. It's so good.
It has a lot of natural fruits which I got. I was very happy to find.
Really good, eh? It smells really, really good. Let me tell you all that.
So it has carambola, it has pineapple, soury, which I'm still trying to figure out what it looks like. Ripe bananas, coconuts. The coconut was not that so much, but it had coconut as well. Also, I added the prunes and the raisins, but it had a lot of natural, local fruits, which I was happy because it's all about local and using our local foods to prepare.
And it's not too sweet. Again, there's no alcohol in there. There's no coloring. It's all natural.
There's no coloring. What I used to color it is some molasses. At first, when I tasted it, the molasses was a little strong. Like the flavor was too potent, but as the cake, after about 2 to 3 days, when I tasted it, it was fine. So you can use molasses. I also use some coffee, ground coffee, and I use some chocolate powder. Well, cocoa powder, not chocolate, cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder.
And I know,
and that's what gave it that color.
You said it was too sweet for you at the time, but it settled nicely.
Yes, I was expecting it to be.
It's so good.
I was expecting it to be unsweetened because the sugar was so low. But what I'm going to do next time, I'm going to omit the sugar completely and so
just
see
like
how
all
it
of the
tastes like.
fruits,
Just like
the
the
natural
fruits,
flavor, the natural sugars from the fruits.
Yes.
I'm sure it would still taste really, really good.
Yes.
Now I love the chicken. I'm not a fan of turkey, but that oven roasted chicken look really good.
Yeah, so it's basically use chicken because turkey, like you say, some people don't like turkey, but turkey can be very expensive, and so we are all about persons who are on a low budget, so you can still have enjoy your meals.
And you can get your local whole chicken.
And it was a local whole chicken. I don't buy imported.
You know what I was really surprised with? The ham. You said it's a local.
The ham is local. Yes, the ham is local. We do have a factory somewhere in Dennery that makes, yes. So it was a local ham. I want to make sure that the only things that are imported is things that we cannot get here. The pineapple was local. I didn't expect to get pineapple that was local at this time of the year. but I was happy to get
I love
pineapple.
that. So the ham was local. I loved how you mentioned you just use your honey with your pineapple jam.
Yes, the pineapple jam instead of the sugar, because people put sugar on top of it.
That ham
so I
was
used
really
the
nice
jam.
and it was cooked really well, because you see how you slice that effortlessly
with
there.
lots of cloves inside. I also used mustard and black pepper too.
Okay.
You put whatever you want, but I for a little more flavor.
Just to
Yes, and so they came out well. I wasn't sure how they're gonna come
I
out,
love
but they
that.
came out well.
The stuffing for me, I've never really had stuffing or even tried it, but I really want to try.
So some people put stuffing in the chicken. Sometimes they put it on the side, which you call a dressing. So I decided to bake it, and I tried it with the golden apple. Never used golden apple in stuffing. And I made a cornbread. I made my cornbread a couple of days before and chop it up. And so it gave it a, cornbread is using cornmeal. So it's a bit healthier and it's gluten free. So if you don't want to use flour, don't want to use wheat flour, so you can use this instead. And it gives it a better flavor, better color, because the cornmeal
and the golden apple as
grittier.
well. You spoke very passionately about the golden apple.
I love golden apple, and I think it can be used in many things. And we always use apple. We use add recipes and American recipes, and because this is apple, we feel like we cannot substitute. But it's all about cooking. Is about substitution. I'm not a chef. Not a chef, home cook, but you can substitute ingredients, and that's what makes it healthier. Is when you substitute some ingredients, you reduce some of the unhealthy ingredients, make it the meal lighter, and so you don't really have to compromise on flavor.
Exactly, and
because it was very flavorful. The next day, when all the flavors came together, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed
the
everything.
salad looked very beautiful. I love the colors, and I'm happy you said that. You present it and people can take whatever they like, whatever they
yes, instead of just mixing everything together.
The vinaigrette is what I was really interested in,
Yes,
because
so
that
the
vinaigrette
vinaigrette-
had some nice little additions to it. Eh?
The first vinaigrette I did was not the best, as you all saw. It was a bit. It was a bit. It was a bit chunky.
And then you said it was missing something.
It was missing something, which I added something to it. But this one, I decided to blend. I used some ginger, like locally ground ginger, not ground. So I blended the ginger with some honey, some mustard, some black pepper, onion, and garlic. There's a possibility I may have added some pineapple to it, but I am not sure. But the thing is that with food, you can do whatever you want. You can add whatever flavor you want. So you can add pineapple, you can add golden apple, whatever flavor you like, you can add to your vinaigrette. And it makes it more exciting, more spicy,
I love that.
And your mouth will be bursting with flavor.
I love that. And Miss Hen, I realize you're bold with your flavors and what you try.
I like flavor. I don't like bland.
Things.
I like flavor.
So that's that. I think that is the secret to Miss Herbs and how she does it. She's bold with it and she's excited to try different things, and that's what we're encouraging you to do, to find substitutes with the healthier options that we already have here in St. Lucia.
Yes, Christmas doesn't have to be about eating unhealthy, and I think that's what it is. People are like, once a year, and they want to binge and eat and eat, and we've all been there, but. And in January, we want to lose weight. So this year, we want to start the weight loss now. We want to eat healthy during the Christmas. You can still have your healthy plate and enjoy, the festivities. It doesn't have to be that you restrict. Yeah, there are certain things you have to cut back. The alcohol, I think sometimes people overdo it, and there are no benefits to alcohol. So, but with the meals, enjoy your meals, but just smaller portions. Smaller portions.
And the sorrel, I love me sorrel. I drink so many glasses of sorrel already since the season has started. But I love what you added in there.
Sorrel, I like it spiced, so it had the ginger. I love mine. I like to taste the ginger. I'm a ginger girl. Ginger. It has cinnamon. I use. I don't like cinnamon powder. Not even in my cooking.
You like your
I
sticks,
use I actually old fashioned. I grind my I need a grinder though. I grind. I like nutmeg and all of these things. I use the real thing. I don't like the powders. It does not give you the same flavor. And that's the secret to cooking when you use the natural things. So I use cinnamon, nutmeg. I'm missing something. Ginger.
Yes, you mentioned the
star anise. Yes. So
that's
soaked all of
actually
this.
very good as well.
Yes.
The star anise.
I soaked all of this overnight with the petals, and then and added a little sugar. But the sugar was light.
Little sugar, and I'm sure that sorrel must have been boosting with
or you can add your honey, whichever
or
whichever sweetener you use. Yeah. you can.
And sorrel is not something that I like. I don't like my sorrel to be too sweet. To me, like you said, it just...
Some people overdo it. It's very rich, sweet.
It's
already...
like
you can add a lot of water to it. So I didn't make that one too rich. I made it, sorrel is very healthy.
I love that. And the plate, again, was bursting with color. And if you have to take away anything from this Christmas episode, is once you see all of those amazing colors, you know they're rich with antioxidants. I definitely took that away. That was my biggest takeaway from what Miss Hunt taught us with that amazing plate.
I try to explain what antioxidants are because I know it's a big word and everybody's not medical. So it's antioxidants. It's like it's a nutrient that helps to scavenge or cleanse your body of what you call free radicals. So I try to explain free radicals as bees, something that doesn't have a resting place in your body. And so they tend to damage your cells. The free radicals damage your cells, they cause cancer and these kind of things.
Causing.
So the antioxidants is prevent that oxidation, prevent that from your body, and that's why it has anti-cancer properties.
Because
so
you also mentioned you going in like a broom and just cleaning up everything.
So it's way for people to understand, because if you don't understand, what's the point of using those big jargons and people don't understand? And sometimes we are guilty of that. So sometimes I try to explain as much as possible.
I love that.
Yes.
The plate, honestly, Miss, and that was an exceptional Christmas spread. And I'm happy, that you did it. I love the colors, and I can't wait for, more viewers and more of St. Lucia to see it and be inspired this Christmas season and to not feel, what I think you did for me is not make the Christmas cooking feel like a burden, but make it feel like something the entire family can get involved with. And you know that when you sit down to eat, you're eating meals that are heart healthy, that are good for you, that are rich in antioxidants, that will not leave you feeling, because already eat a Christmas lunchtime, after you eat, everybody going and sleep. That's not what you want.
That's what happens, and we've been there. Why are we going to sleep? Because our body is trying to digest all that nutrients, all the carbohydrates, and so it's overworked, and so we feel you feel a bit tired, and all you want to do is go and sleep, and that's the worst thing to do. So it's just going to be packing that as
so after all of that healthy food and just making those healthy food options, you still get to spend time. You still feel energized to go and spend time with your family. That's why they came over. That's why you invited them over anyway. So, you don't want, after you've eaten, your good food, you look at your plate, half your plate is with your vegetables, and everything just looked really beautiful. The colors.
And just because the food tastes good, don't go for seconds.
Your one serving is more than enough.
Yes. I know what happens at Christmas. We've all been there, but let's make a difference this year. We can. And I made sure I added vegetables to all them. So even if you have your half a plate of vegetables, in the other meals there are vegetables.
Everything else still had vegetables. Yes. That's true. The stuffing, I really love to see the stuffing, the colors there, and that was really good. The lasagna, the eggplant lasagna, that one was that looks so good.
Yes, so again, that is gluten-free. There's no pasta, and so there's no refined carbohydrates. It's actually a vegetable. So you can do it with, also do it with zucchini as well. Actually, it was zucchini I was going to use. But then I'm like, I'm going to use the eggplant instead. So you can use zucchini, which is a vegetable. So, these are options that we can have. We don't always have to use pasta.
So when you slice the eggplant, you put it in the oven for a little bit?
I put it in a sheet, a baking sheet, left it in the oven for a few minutes, and then took it out and then layer it into.
Okay, and that's how you lay it.
And I use 1 cheese instead of 3 cheeses, so you try to cut back on calories as well. Yeah.
And you use the ground.
I use ground turkey, but if you can have a vegetarian option, so you can leave that out if you don't want to.
Okay.
And you can make a nice marinara sauce or tomato sauce. Yeah. The only thing I didn't get locally, I didn't get tomatoes because we kind of don't really have tomatoes. But I usually would like to make my own sauce. I made the sauce, but I use some of the puree.
Okay.
I had to buy the puree. Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, that eggplant lasagna looked really good.
Yes. And the flavors, and as you know, when we cook, anything you make and you leave it there the next day, I know some people do eat this, they declare it stale food. But when the food stays there the next day, all the flavors come together, and that's when you get the burst of flavor in your mouth.
True.
Yes, so it was actually...
And with it, that it's not foods that are heavily processed. So in terms of it being able to last, I feel like you can go with it the next day because you didn't use foods that are heavily processed. They're all natural, all organic.
Stored in the fridge, so it's okay. And you can even freeze it if you want for New Year's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that, Miss Hunt. And for you, what are some of the key takeaways that you'd like to leave with our viewers when it comes to, again, getting ready for that food prepping for the holiday season?
Yes, so plan your meals. It's always good to know what is it that you are going to prepare, and so you know what ingredients you need, and you can shop accordingly. But try not to cook too much. I don't know if I'm going to get anywhere with this. I think sometimes we cook way over than we need, and so you find people overeat. If you find that we are going to cook more than you need, please store it properly so you can have it throughout the week instead of, consuming way more than you should. We are aiming for a healthy Christmas. We are aiming for no weight gain. We are aiming for moderation, and go easy on the alcohol. Alcohol has no benefits to our health. In fact, it destroys our health. So go easy on it and be responsible. Let's make it a healthy Christmas. Let's do something different this year. It's 2025. Let's leave it with a bang. Let's enjoy our food in smaller portions. And so when you enjoy the meal in smaller portions, you are not feeling like your body is lethargic. And so how is that? What is that doing for your body that is positive? So I just want persons to think, what is it that the food is not running away. It's going to be there next year. So just eat smaller portions and still enjoy your flavors, still enjoy the foods that you love, just in smaller portions.
I love that. Thank you so much, Miss Hunt. I have to say again, thank you to you for My Plate a Healthy Plate. You did an exceptional job.
Thank you so much.
We would love to see you continue to, to do this and to put out those amazing recipes and to keep inspiring us. I'm sure people must see you and they stop you and they tell you, that it's really inspiring the way that you do it, and you can see that you're passionate about it and you enjoy doing this. So thank you for that. I think we can all, go forward with that knowledge and information and ensure that we have healthier plates this Christmas season. Yes. We watch our portion sizes. Again, I'm happy you mentioned about the alcohol and it having absolutely no benefits, and there really is no need to even consume. But please, let's do it responsibly. Don't overindulge. And we hope that you all have an amazing season. Again, thank you, Miss Hunt. It was an absolute pleasure having you on with us this time.
Pleasure.
And to the team at Hot 7, we want to say thank you again. Congratulations to Miss Janice Johnny for winning that lovely prize. And we'll see you guys next week, Thursday. Of course, we might have a recap of the episode for My Plate so that you get to see it again. You can also look out to the other TV stations for My Plate a Healthy Plate, the Christmas edition. We want to thank you so much for joining us on the Wellness Hour right here on Hot 7 TV. Hope that you continue to have a great Thursday.
This little pack, it's my daily sunshine. Halliburton's Immunity Plus, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, plus vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, all in a tasty orange mix.
You see this little sachet here? It's a big boost in disguise. Halliburton's Immunity Plus gives you a full 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, plus vitamin D, B2, B6, zinc, potassium, and magnesium. That means support for your immune system, steady energy, electrolyte balance, and even muscle function.
Available at leading retailers and pharmacies island-wide. Distributed by Ocado St. Lucia.